The Science of Sunscreen, UV Protection and Formulation. Title: The Science of Sunscreen, UV Protection and Formulation. Introduction. Sunscreen is considered an essential part of our daily skincare routine, especially during the summertime. In this article, we will delve into the fascinating world of sunscreen, exploring its mechanisms, ingredients, and best practices for effective protection. Understanding UV radiation. Before we delve into sunscreen science, let's understand the primary culprit, UV radiation. The sun emits three types of UV rays: UVA, UVB, and UVC. UVA rays have the longest wavelength and can penetrate deeply into the skin, leading to premature aging and contributing to skin cancer. UVB rays are shorter in wavelength and primarily cause sunburns. UVC rays are the most dangerous, however, the are completely absorbed by the Earth's atmosphere and do not reach our skin. Mechanisms of sunscreen. Sunscreen acts as a protective shield by reducing the amount of UV radiation that reaches our skin. It does this through two primary mechanisms: physical and chemical. 1. Physical sunscreens. Physical sunscreens work like a shield and sit on top of the skin. They contain mineral-based ingredients such as zinc oxide or titanium dioxide that reflect and scatter UV rays. These ingredients form a physical barrier that prevents direct contact between the sun's rays and the skin. Physical sunscreens provide broad-spectrum protection by filtering both UVA and UVB rays. 2. Chemical sunscreens. Chemical sunscreens, on the other hand, work by absorbing UV radiation and converting it into heat energy. Common chemical sunscreen ingredients include oxybenzone, avobenzone, octinoxate, and octisa. These ingredients are organic compounds that penetrate the skin and absorb UV rays before they can cause damage. Choosing the right sunscreen. When selecting a sunscreen, it is important to consider factors such as SPF, sun protection factor, broad-spectrum protection, water resistance, and formulation. 1. SPF. SPF determines the level of protection a sunscreen offers against UVB rays. It is essential to choose a broad-spectrum sunscreen with an SPF of 30 or higher for optimal protection. 2. Broad-spectrum protection. Look for sunscreens labeled broad-spectrum, which means they protect against both UVA and UVB rays. This ensures protection against premature aging and reduces the risk of skin cancer. 3. Water resistance. If you plan to spend time in the water or sweat excessively, it is crucial to choose a sunscreen that is water resistant. Keep in mind that even water-resistant sunscreens need to be reapplied every 2 hours for optimal protection. 4. Formulation. Sunscreens come in different forms: lotions, creams, gels, sprays, and sticks. Choose a formulation that suits your skin type and preference. Lotions and creams are ideal for dry skin, while gels work well for oily skin. Sprays are convenient for hard-to-reach areas, while sticks are great for application around the eyes. The application process. Now that we understand the mechanisms and factors of sunscreen, let's focus on proper application to ensure maximum UV protection. 1. Apply generously. Most people do not apply enough sunscreen, leading to inadequate protection. To achieve the labeled SPF, apply approximately 1 ounce, about a shot glass full, of sunscreen to cover your entire body. 2. Apply early. Sunscreen should be applied 15 to 30 minutes before sun exposure to allow the skin to absorb it effectively. 3. Reapplication. Sunscreen effectiveness diminishes over time due to factors like sweating, swimming, and rubbing. Reapply sunscreen every 2 hours, or immediately after swimming or excessive sweat. The importance of sun protection. Protecting our skin from the harmful effects of UV radiation is crucial. Unprotected exposure to the sun's rays can lead to various skin problems, including sunburn, wrinkling, dark spots, and an increased risk of skin cancer. Thankfully, the use of sunscreen can drastically reduce these risks and keep our skin healthier and safer. Sunscreen formulation. Besides understanding the mechanisms of sunscreen, it is also essential to explore the formulation process. Sunscreen formulations are designed to be safe, effective, and easy to use. Many factors come into play during the formulation process, such as stability, texture, spreadability, and UV absorbing capacity. Stability. Sunscreen formulations must be stable and not degrade easily when exposed to heat, light, or other external factors. This ensures that the protective properties of the sunscreen remain intact and effective. Texture and spreadability. Sunscreens should have a texture that is easy to spread and blend into the skin. This allows for even application across the entire body surface without leaving any white R. Residue or greasy feeling. Manufacturers often use specific ingredients and techniques to achieve optimal texture and spreadability. UV absorbing capacity. The choice of active ingredients in sunscreen formulations determines their UV absorbing capacity. These ingredients should have a high absorption rate for UV rays in order to provide effective protection. Formulators aim to strike a balance between protection and skin feel, ensuring that the sunscreen is not too heavy or sticky on the skin. In addition to these considerations, formulators also take into account factors such as sensory properties, water resistance, and potential allergenicity. By carefully considering all these aspects, sunscreen manufacturers can provide products that are safe, effective, and enjoyable to use. Increasing demand for reef-safe sunscreens. In recent years, there has been a growing concern about the impact of certain sunscreen ingredients on marine life and coral reefs. Studies have shown that certain chemicals found in sunscreen, such as oxybenzone and octinoxate, can be harmful to coral reefs and marine ecosystems. As a result, many consumers are now seeking reef-safe sunscreens that do not contain these harmful ingredients. Reef-safe sunscreens typically use mineral-based ingredients like zinc oxide and titanium dioxide, which are less harmful to marine life. These ingredients work by reflecting and scattering UV rays rather than being absorbed into the skin. Additionally, reef-safe sunscreens often have other eco-friendly features, such as biodegradable or recyclable packaging. Sunscreen alternatives and sun-safe habits. While sunscreen is an effective tool for protecting our skin from UV radiation, there are other ways to stay safe in the sun. Here are some alternatives and sun-safe habits to consider. 1. Protective clothing. Wearing protective clothing such as long-sleeved shirts, wide-brimmed hats, and sunglasses can provide an additional layer of defense against the sun's rays. Look for clothing made with ultraviolet protection factor fabric for even better protection. 2. Seek shade. When the sun is at its strongest, usually between 10 a.m. and 4 p.m., seek shade whenever possible. This will help minimize your exposure to harmful UV radiation. 3. Sunglasses. Protecting your eyes from UV rays is just as important as protecting your skin. Choose sunglasses with UV protection to shield your eyes from damaging rays. Look for sunglasses labeled with 100% UV protection or of 400. 4. Sun protective accessories. In addition to clothing, you can also consider using sun protective accessories such as umbrellas or sun tents to create shaded areas when you're outdoors.